Former special counsel Robert Mueller's long-awaited hearing on Capitol Hill. This comes after his nearly 2-year-long investigation involving Russian interference, the Trump campaign, and the president's actions in the White House. CBS 2's Suzanne Le Mignot has been following the hearing to see what lawmakers were asking during the proceedings. She joins us now live from the newsroom. Suzanne.
Brad, questions surrounded everything from was there enough evidence to convict the president or anyone else of obstruction of justice to Mueller's thoughts on the president's fondness for WikiLeaks.
Illinois Democratic Congressman Michael Quigley asked former special prosecutor Robert Mueller about President Donald Trump's praise of WikiLeaks during the 2016 presidential campaign.
This WikiLeaks is like a treasure trove. Donald Trump, October 31st, 2016. Boy, I love reading those WikiLeaks. Donald Trump, November 4th, 2016. Do any of those quotes disturb you, Mr. Director? How do you react to them?
It's probably problematic is an understatement in terms of what it displays in terms of giving some, hope or some boost to what is and should be illegal activity.
During the 2016 campaign, WikiLeaks released hacked emails from the Clinton campaign. U.S. intelligence agencies and Mueller's investigation determined Russian government entities were responsible to support Trump's bid for the presidency. Many lawmakers also centered their questions on whether the president may have obstructed justice.
Was there sufficient evidence to convict President Trump or anyone else with obstruction of justice?
We did not make that calculation.
How could you not have made the calculation with the regulation?
The OLC opinion, Office of Legal Counsel, indicates that we cannot indict a sitting president.
The Republicans' take on the hearings?
I think at the end of the day, what we have found is exactly what we started with. There's been no movement. In fact, if anything, it's now time to move on.
Democrats say the hearings show evidence of possible crimes taking place in the Trump White House.
This should have blown their minds because they saw for the first time Robert Mueller saying yes to multiple instances of obstruction of justice by Donald Trump. We've got a felon right now in the White House. American people are seeing it.
President Trump said there was no defense to what he called a hoax and a witch hunt.
It's a disgrace what happened, but I think today proved a lot to everybody. In fact, some of my biggest opponents wrote things today that I wouldn't have believed they would have written, and I appreciate that they did that.
The president watched some of the hearing. He tweeted thanking the Democrats in a sarcastic tone for holding it. Mueller said the president could be charged with obstruction once he leaves office. Live in the newsroom, Suzanne Le Mignot, CBS 2 News.
Suzanne, thank you. The CBS Evening News will have team coverage of the Mueller testimony from Washington, including more of the president's strong reaction. That's coming up in just over 20 minutes at 5:30.